This is a story about the hidden strength found when everything shatters. It's about picking up the pieces when the world tells you to just give up. This story matters because eventually everyone faces moments when their carefully constructed lives unravel. Meet Sarah, a dedicated 32-year-old single mother living in a bustling city apartment. Her days revolved around her 7-year-old daughter, Lily, and her demanding but stable nursing job. Sarah carried the weight of providing for them both, a silent testament to her resilience. Her defining trait was her unwavering belief in self-reliance, a shield built against past disappointments. Then, without warning, the world tilted on its axis. A sudden, unexpected hospital merger resulted in mass layoffs. Sarah, despite her years of service, received the devastating pink slip. Just weeks later, a plumbing disaster rendered her small apartment unlivable, forcing them into a cramped, temporary rental. Her carefully balanced life collapsed with a terrifying speed. The initial shock gave way to a cold, creeping panic. Sarah would spend her nights staring at the ceiling, the silence amplifying her fears. How would she explain this to Lily? The shame of failure gnawed at her, a bitter taste in her mouth. She tried applying for other nursing positions, but the market was saturated, and each rejection felt like a personal indictment. Her once vibrant spirit began to dim under the relentless pressure. She felt utterly alone, isolated by her crushing responsibilities. One particularly bleak afternoon, after yet another failed interview, Sarah found herself at a neighborhood park watching Lily play. A little girl, no older than Lily, stumbled and scraped her knee. The child cried, but quickly her mother knelt, offering a comforting hug and a gentle whisper. Then the child, with tear-streaked cheeks, bravely stood up and continued to play. Witnessing this simple act, a profound realization washed over Sarah. It was a small, quiet moment, but it became her turning point. Sarah understood then that true strength wasn't about avoiding falls, it was about the courage to rise again, even with bruised knees. She had been so focused on protecting Lily from the harsh realities that she had forgotten to show her the power of fighting back. This subtle shift in perspective ignited a new determination within her. Sarah started small, volunteering at a local clinic to keep her skills sharp and her spirits up. She swallowed her pride and reached out to old colleagues, not for pity, but for genuine advice and connections. She began sharing her struggles with Lily, explaining that sometimes life gets tough, but they would face it together. Their bond deepened through this shared vulnerability. The weight of her solitary burden began to lighten. Slowly, painstakingly, opportunities emerged. A part-time nursing aide position opened at a smaller community hospital. It wasn't the same, but it was a start, a handhold on the precipice. Sarah took it, pouring her renewed energy into her work. She began saving every spare dollar, meticulously planning their next steps. The temporary apartment, once a symbol of her despair, became a temporary refuge, a launching pad. Sarah eventually secured a full-time position and found a new, affordable apartment, a place that felt like home. She learned that true strength isn't about having all the answers or never falling. It's about the quiet, relentless act of getting back up, one step at a time. It's about finding courage in the small victories and leaning on the people who truly care. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who rebuild their lives piece by painful piece in the quiet solitude of their own struggles. What would you do if your carefully built world suddenly crumbled around you?